What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this POV review by Autobahn. My name is Max, and today we have visitors from the UK again. The guys from Evolve are here with their BMW M2 CSL. They kind of built this car to CSL spec, M4 CSL spec I should say, meaning that this car, which already feels more agile and nimble than an M4, now has some of those M4 CSL underpinnings that make it probably even better, but that is what we're going to find out today. I'm going to show you around it. I'll show you the mods that the guys at Evolve have made, and then we'll take it for a drive towards the Autobahn for an Autobahn blast. If you've seen my review of the BMW M2, you know that I was kind of torn when I drove it for the first time. On one hand, I was like, okay, this is probably better than an M4. Why would you buy an M4? But also it's a bit too close to an M4. It didn't really surprise me. I felt it was just an M4 with a little bit of a shorter wheelbase. Sales haven't been great. I think they picked up recently, but up until this point they haven't been great. And I think that people, as opposed to what I thought, everyone just buying an M2 because it's cheaper instead of an M4, everyone was like, okay, why would I buy an M2 when an M4 is almost the same price? So yeah, and you get a bigger car and of course the M4 name. So yeah, that is kind of what happened, and now this Evolve version is here to surprise me. And I just drove it here, and I can already say that it definitely feels different than a regular M2, which is a good thing. So I'm not going to cover too much M2 general stuff. So you've got the new and aggressive front end. I actually really like it. I've grown to love it, really. If you have a black car, I think it looks super sick. Hello. I think the front end with those square air intakes, the square grille, I think it all looks really cool. It's got the yellow daytime running lights as well, of course, being a CSL homage. So let's move on to the most important part, which is all the little suspension tweaks that make an M4 CSL so great and which make it feel so different compared to a regular M4. Now, we've got rear wheel drive, of course, on the M2, which is great to begin with. We've got these Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2 tires. These are here probably because the guys took this car to Misha at the ring and he drove it on the ring as well. So I'm curious to see that video as well. These are, I think, just the stock tire sizes. So that should be a 275, 35, 19. Yeah, it is. Behind that, we've got the cross-drilled, I should say, brake discs. Suspension wise, we've got an MSS hybrid Haas kit. Not the biggest fan of the MSS kits. I think they are really catered and dialed in for UK roads, and they don't really work on the Autobahn, is my experience. But we'll see how it feels on this little B road, and we'll see how this car feels with this kit on the Autobahn as well. And then the most important things, the things that change the way this car feels. We've got the M4 CSL front hub, and combined with the M4 CSL alignment info you get from Evolve when you buy this setup, means you can run a little bit more camber, and it just feels a little bit more nimble, a little bit more agile, a little bit more direct. Combine that with the M4 CSL anti-roll bars, the engine and transmission mounts, and the strut brace, and you get a different feeling car. You really do. So moving on, we've got the carbon roof, of course, 285 section tires at the rear, Cup 2s as well. And then the rear, we've got an Eisenman OPF back race exhaust. So that means that this car is completely legal in the UK, I think in Germany as well. And yeah, the rear is still, I still haven't gotten used to it. I think especially the rear lights are not great. I'm looking forward to someone improving that, but it is a very wide and beefy looking car. I do like that. I think it looks kind of muscular. Exhaust wise, pretty big tailpipe here. What is that, 100 mils probably? That's quite large. And then no back box here. That is surprising. So it's an OPF back. Oh, there it is. So you've got a little back box here, as you can see. Hope you guys can see that. But it does sound a little bit deeper and louder than stock. Well, a little bit, quite a bit. Hey. Whoa, it's a black snail. So let's check out the S58. with the Venturi matte carbon fiber intake, of course, the Venturi engine cover. We've got the CSL brace here, and then we've got a nice little upgrade. This car also has the new Evolve warranty tune, which means that it is warranty backed by Evolve. They cover everything if you have problems, but they say that this tune, which is like 600 horsepower, is basically, you know, just a little bit more than CSL power, but this is well within the limits of what this hardware can take, and well within the factory set limits by BMW, so you should be safe on that, and that is why they feel comfortable offering that warranty on this tune. So that's pretty cool as well. I know that that is an issue for a lot of people concerning tuning. It also has a CSF oil cooler, and it also benefits from the software from the M4 CSL for the steering and the traction control, dampers, the transmission. So it should feel even more like a baby CSL. So let's start it up. Very deep startup. We've got an Alcantara steering wheel and the made billet pedal shifters, magnetic pedal shifters. So you have a nice little click when you shift up and down, which is great. Other than that, you know, nothing special. Well, it is special, bucket seats, but nothing has been changed, I mean. So sounds pretty good actually. Valves open, very deep. All right, so nice and cool in here, because even though it's only 21 degrees, GoPros are suffering as always. And we've got M2, which means everything is off and in the most aggressive setting. Gearbox in manual mode. And well, that is something you feel when you get in the car and you drive away. You immediately feel that something is up. You might not be able to pinpoint it immediately, but you immediately feel that something is up. And that is the beauty about these modifications. Also the beauty about this tune, which is, you know, nice but not extreme. It just takes everything up to the next level. Throttle response is much quicker. It builds boost faster. You can hear the Venturi as well. When I let off the throttle, open the window. That is just glorious. But you can, honestly, you can feel that the car responds much better. I just feel like I am in Sport Plus for the suspension, right? Yeah. So I feel like the dampers are the way they should be, but the spring is a bit too soft. And I think that creates a little bit of a weird balance in the car. But as I said, MSS really developed their kits for UK roads, and as we know, UK roads are not the best. So I think that they really set their kits up to be compliant enough to, you know, be supple enough to absorb everything that you have on UK roads, which you don't really need here in Germany or in the Netherlands. But the turn-in is noticeably better. It really is. You can also feel that it's a bit more sensitive to, you know, changes in the road, which is also something I felt in the CSL. Get those cup 2s nice and hot for optimum grip. Yeah, that's a lot of grip. So, onto the Autobahn we go. not bad. I love this turn-in, I really do. You have that shorter wheelbase, of course, which just makes it feel like it's even more eager to turn in than before. It also feels good, the power feels good. It's a little bump, and 100 to 200 it is actually very noticeable. We did 707, which is 1.5 seconds faster than we measured the stock M2, so that is actually pretty damn impressive. 600-ish horsepower. So handling wise on the Autobahn, something we said in the other M2 with MSS we drove is that it's not really made for this. That's 300. So you can feel that there's some movement in the body when you let off the throttle, when you brake, but that's also down to the new setup, I think, because you have more camber. The car in general is a bit more sensitive, so I think that is down to that as well. Pressure, tire pressure notification is nonsense. We checked the pressures earlier. So something you do feel, and that is also down to that CSL setup, is that the front can feel a little bit floaty. Sometimes it's kind of trying to find its way, and you need to correct for that. But I don't know if I don't like that, because it kind of makes me feel like I'm actually driving the car, if that makes any sense. Whoa, power is good though. Love that. Stretch of Autobahn in the Evolve M2. Oh, that's a double shift. So it definitely makes the M2 feel more alive, this setup, and I think on a nice B road or a mountain road, this would be a lot of fun. It's kind of fun on the Autobahn as well, because it makes you work for it. That's 300 again. Unfortunately, no ceramic brakes available for the M2. That might be a cool CSL upgrade as well. But yeah, that's it for this review. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks to the guys at Evolve for coming, and I hope to see you guys again. To you, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. You can subscribe by clicking the big button in the middle. You can also check out this video or this playlist. See you at the next one. Bye.